All right, welcome to Humpdays.
Welcome back, Humpers. Today we're going to talk about corn, as we'll call
Adult
it.
videos, adult video consumption.
Naked lady consumption.
Naked lady consumption.
Or men, depends what
And
you're
it's
into.
not because I was just caught doing it in the shower. It's an actual thing.
Although, that could be relevant.
It could be relevant. I was doing research. For the pod.
We've experienced this dynamic in our relationship, so we feel we can talk about it. But it turns out, I came across an article that said that 56% of divorces involve corn, and 47% of couples say corn is an issue in their relationship. So that's like half of all marriages are dealing with corn as an ip or a contributing factor. Which surprised me.
That's very surprising because it's not an issue in our relationship.
It
really isn't. And I consume a lot.
I mean, it has been in certain circumstances.
Or you just caught me red-handed. Like, what? And you're like, why would you do that to yourself? You have a perfectly good-looking girl in the other room willing to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Which is like, you're right, like on paper, but like in reality, I'm gonna have to ask you about your day.
True. But that's actually truly like a reason that people are upset about it, is because they think if there's a perfectly willing girl, or like, why do you have only eyes for me? And this, so like some of these, because I wanted to see, I'm like, what are the opposing thoughts? Because it's just, I don't know, like it's not a huge issue in a relationship. I guess like maybe it's because I also consume
Yeah, you watch more than I do.
No, I don't. I'm a lady. What do you mean? Maybe. But I think that, so this woman, I was doing some research, and this woman said, if you're constantly, here it is. So maybe I'll just lead into it. So because I wanted to hear the other perspective, I wanted to see, like, maybe we can help some people, give them another perspective. Like, if you're struggling with this in your relationship, maybe we can offer another perspective. This woman brings up a good point, just like you said.
If a man is addicted to corn, does he lose attraction to your body? Yes, unfortunately, this happens. Our brains were never meant to handle consuming corn, thousands of videos, looking at thousands of women. And over time, their brain is going to develop a chemical dependency, and corn will rewire their brain over time. It rewires it, and you lose the ability to have intimacy in your relationship because you are looking constantly for more and more vulgar corn as your brain becomes desensitized to having sex or lusting after other women. His brain, yes, will eventually see you as boring, dull, and unattractive.
That's basically the point. She just keeps going on about how you will become less attractive to somebody if they're consuming porn. So she is, or corn. So she is, which would you say that's true?
What was her handle? Can you remind me of her handle? I think it's true? I don't think it's true.
Hope beyond betrayal. So her whole account.
Her whole account is
a bit of a grift.
Which is like so the thing is, like, that's her grift. She's doing it in her 2016 Honda Accord, telling men that, you'll find her less attractive if you watch porn. Yeah. You'll tell this woman who
she's basically, I don't like this woman because she's basically going in, and it's a grift. She's like taking kind of like women who are insecure about this thing and being like confirming every insecurity and being like, buy my course.
She's like, she's like the equivalent of like when you Google like I'm having like a cramp in my leg, like what is it? And you Google it and it's like, it's cancer. Like it's just like, 100%. She's the one that's saying like, whatever you think the worst case scenario it is, like, you're right. He doesn't find you attractive. Your marriage is doomed. Worse. It's getting worse, and it's like his brain is just broken now. You need to find another man.
which okay, the little bit of truth in that is that if you do suffer from a corn addiction, which, like, let's just talk about the line, because there's a lot of people like this that are like consuming it at all, being caught at all, being secretive at all, is like they just immediately are like they're addicted, right? Or it's a problem. And it's like I think like it's not a problem, generally speaking, for most people. In fact, there are ways that we can get into that it is actually very helpful to your relationship.
Sometimes it's body maintenance too. Like sometimes there's so many there's so many road rage incidents that have been avoided during the day because some guy decided to rub one out in the shower. Just saying.
I was picturing a guy in traffic, and I'm like, that's why they make the windows go down. It's not for safety purposes.
But it's like a lot of these girls are like, oh, it's an addiction. It's addiction. Listen, this relationship men have with themselves predates any relationship they've had with a woman. They've been doing it since they're 12, 13 to themselves. So it's not like it's like some sort of addiction. If anything, it's happened since we started working from home. Sure. That's when it starts becoming a problem. Like, okay, because it used to be like, hey, we were in school, then we go to more school, then we have a job that we go to work to. So we couldn't do it
out on any of those situations.
But it's just like, and it's just like you're in a cubicle that doesn't have a closed door. It's just like, only the boss gets to do it. Only the boss gets to do it because he has his own office and he earned that right. But put 20 years into the company.
That's what those rooms are for. We've all seen Mad Men.
Yeah, we all seen Mad Men.
And cheating.
And cheating in the waitress. And in the secretary, but it's just like that relationship just predates women. So it's just like you tell a guy like what you've been doing since you were 12 and 13. It's like, hey, this put me through high school, college. Like I've never had a problem before, and you're telling me it's a problem because you're insecure about it because you caught me.
It's
like you never would have known about this unless you caught me. It's not like it's affecting my bank account or we're going out for dinner.
That's where it comes in. Like there are people who have corn addictions, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like interfering with their ability to like leave the house, that they like need to do it like 85 times a day. Like, I don't know. Like, but generally speaking, it's ridiculous to kind of just go in it with this all or nothing mentality. Personally speaking, I think it's a little crazy.
Yeah, it is a little crazy. And it's a little crazy, like thinking that. And it's just like, if you see clips, like you show me a clip of her husband, and it's like, that guy looks like he's held hostage. It's like he got caught. And then she started talking to his girlfriend.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah. So it's like when like a girl's like she caught him, and then she was talking about her girlfriends, and her girlfriends are like, you should do a channel about this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of like a girl, like your girl saying like, you're funny, you should do stand up. It's just like she's just going up there just airing out all their dirty laundry.
Just like an instant expert.
Just an instant expert from her 2016 Honda Accord.
That's what all the videos are filmed from. That is hilarious. It's so true. All of them are in that car.
Yeah, all of them are in the car for some reason. It's just like...
But that's literally what I said to you when I found it. I'm like, this guy looks like he was held hostage. Like he's saying things like, I've overcome this, and like there is a route to sobriety, and it's like, I don't know, like, I'm sorry, but like the term sobriety seems so hilarious to me. It's like, what is the benefits of like quitting or being sober, or like just like completely not doing it? Like many of these videos I was seeing too are like, a lot of the comments are like, are all men like this? Will they all watch porn? Like, I'm starting to lose hope that there's any men out there that don't. And it's like you said, they've been doing it since they were 14. So yeah, they do.
Yeah, they've been doing it, but it's also, it's like there's such thing as like post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead of simping for a girl, which the girl's like mistreating you and you're just doing it because that's all she has to offer. It's like, no, you know what?
Right.
I'm going to go rub one out, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to confront you about all the stuff you're making me do for you.
Yeah. Like, that's true. A man will settle if he's sober.
Yeah.
In that way.
So it's just like, you know what? It's also a way of guy, like, deciding like if a guy rubs one out and he still wants to hang out with you, then it's like, no, that means he likes you. He's not using you just for sex. Like he just rubbed one out.
Yeah.
So he likes your company.
That's actually really positive.
So it's just,
but
that girl's just, like it's just a grift. And of all these people that are telling you not to do it, it's their grift because it's their full-time thing. They're telling you not to watch it, and it's obviously. There's that one guy that you showed me who sounds like Seth Rogen. I literally heard him the other day. I'm like, is that Seth Rogen telling us not to rub one out? It's just like,
sound like that. Here.
Try to hold to that standard as well. It's like, well, I watch porn, I haven't cheated. I had a physical affair, but I didn't do this thing, so I haven't cheated yet. And then it's like, well, where's the line? I took my eyes, my heart, my love away from my wife and put it on another woman. Okay. That's not faithfulness. Therefore, that's cheating.
Yeah. So like that's got. So you don't have. So you're saying like because you have a girlfriend, you can't find other women attractive. What's his handle? What's his handle called?
Porn. Porn
PXRN
producers help
coach,
to make.
So corn.
Yeah. That guy eats, sleeps, breathes.
Yeah.
Corn.
Yeah.
That's his job. Yeah. So I know on that guy's computer, because he's a man, porn. I bet that guy has a lot of porn on his computer.
Yeah.
I bet if you looked at it right now, for research purposes,
you shouldn't look at this or this or this. None of you should.
Yeah.
None of you should look at this.
No, it's like all therapists. Like a lot of therapists don't have their lives together, and it's like especially like a therapist telling you not to watch porn, where the whole MO is talking about it
and helping you heal from it and be sober. With it.
Sober with it.
I don't know if you can be like. I don't think that porn addiction is even recognized as an addiction until like very recently. Maybe it just happened. Well, but it's like because you have to do it.
Yeah,
it's like a food addiction. It's like that category.
Well, you don't lose a foot from doing so much porn.
But you can lose the ability to get hard, and that's maybe worse.
It's if you like do it like 7 or 8 times a day. And
I know. That's like when it is a bad case.
Yeah.
Like I think like it is like normal to have.
But no one missed their kids' soccer games, so they're up all night rubbing one out with the boys, like an alcohol or drug addiction.
And if they did, then they count.
Yeah, then they count. Like it's just like you're too exhausted. You're too exhausted to go to your kid's soccer game in the morning.
But like that's not what's happening.
No,
you're right. It's not what's happening. Yeah, no. But okay, going back to the attraction thing, like, I think that, like, that is giving people a perception that corn is just tens banging, right?
No, they're all women with daddy issues. Like, they're not tens. They're not tens. Women in porn they're not tens. They're not tens. And I would say like a very few percent of them are. They're all women with daddy issues.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's what you're watching. That's why it's just like, it's not an emotional connection because you know that this isn't someone that you date. Any guy that watches that knows that, oh, this is not a girl that you date. Mm-hmm. This is just. There's
a difference between.
This is just lust. This is just pure.
Like eyes for someone and like relationship heart for someone. Like commitment to someone. Like eyes. We all have them. We all have eyes. We're seeing even women. People.
Chippendales wouldn't exist if women didn't have eyes as well.
Women have eyes.
It's just
Zac Efron would not have made it that far. Like we've all been that. Yeah. Like you don't just like suddenly go from like teenhood of like and dating even and thinking that guy's hot, that guy. What one do I want to date and pick and have fun with? And then just go into marriage and suddenly it's like.
No women can ever be attractive again.
No one else is attractive. Like so, that's crazy to think that guy's like to have eyes. There's a huge difference between commitment and a relationship.
That guy coach right there is just like, well, I guess you don't. I guess you
don't. Technically, you don't have eyes. It's like, okay, use another phrase then. Like he's just being so like technically, and you're so right. He's the guy with tons of hours.
That guy is just like. Yeah. Sounds like Seth Rogen. Kind of looks like a minorly better looking version of him, but it's like, that guy watches a lot. It's like he's not making eyes with any women. Like no women are making eyes with him. Where it's like, oh wow, you're attractive. You're very smart. What do you do for a living? Well, I coach guys to stop watching porn. Wow, you sound like you'd be amazing in bed.
Thanks for taking away their ability to learn.
Yes. Okay.
The body issues.
So there could be an addiction. Yes, there's like people spending a lot of money on OnlyFans and stuff like that. And sometimes that's bad. Sometimes that's okay. It could be cheating if you have an emotional connection with somebody. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just go on OnlyFans because it's like, oh, I went to high school with this person. I'm curious.
You just feel like, I've done that. We've all done that, guys.
Like, my buddy's cousin is on OnlyFans. Let's do this. Let's check this out.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what we were saying about the body types and how women on like, oh my god, these losing attraction. That's because you're thinking that all corn is like perfect models, which isn't true, and like guys aren't interested in only that too. Like there are women. I've saw a lot of comments that were like, I'm devastated because none of them look like me. And it's like, that's kind of the point.
It's like, your dad was in your life.
That's true. But that is kind of the point. Yeah. Men and women, you go to things that are different. You're like curious. You click the thing. And like, and it's just these websites get crazy. Like sometimes it's not your fault. It's the algorithm because you're just like, they're like, hey, like, wanna see someone stuff a lobster up their cooch? And then you're just like, no, I don't want that. And then you click on something else and then it's like there again. You're like, no, I don't want that. And they're like, sure? You really, really, and then you're like, you know what? I'm curious. I'm going to give it a look. Okay. And then you're like, no, that's not my thing. But like, you at least look. So it's like, you can't even trust that these are like accurate thoughts that people are going through. It's like a very different thing. And your body type is not Like a guy isn't
what
going to
Rebecca's
go.
trying to say is it's okay if you watch transgender porn.
It is okay. You can watch whatever you like, sir. That's the thing. Like, okay, so it's a way to get closer to your preferences and get to, like, there's some times where you don't really know what you like until you like experience it or see it. Like it's bizarre. It's not like it's like usually the whole point of like sex is just that it's like often like a random or forbidden thing or kinks, coming up that way. And so it's like there is a lot of shame around it. It's not necessarily, and it is a lot of repressed stuff. And that's kind of the whole way it works is that it's repressed. So like you're not necessarily even going to like search for it, like you're just kind of exploring and looking, and then if you like things or here and there that then you find out more about yourself, and that can be a very good thing. Right?
That's true.
Yeah,
you don't be ashamed to know what you like, and that's great moving forward. And well, there's another thing that I heard. That was actually a very good point. But there's nothing I heard that like because the whole Diddy thing's going on.
Yeah.
And then one thing that they said was well, if it wasn't for, adult videos and stuff like that, that people wouldn't have known what a freak off was. You would invite them and be like, oh, I don't know what this is. I don't like this. And that's what they said. If people didn't watch it or know it, they wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe, but they did a lot of that in like ancient Greece and then like the Roman times.
Yeah.
It's just like they were known for that stuff and they didn't have the internet. So it's just like, I don't know about that. It's just instinctually in us to just like, to just have a freak off.
Maybe, yeah, but people. It's
sexual
naturally
desires.
in us. Sexually desires and weird ones are like naturally in us,
Yeah.
and they grow over time.
It's animalistic. You
and
just keep
people
that
and
in.
they change and they're flexible. So it's like if you're, I don't know, like I think it can be very positive. It's only been positive for us, except for when there is one caveat when you're not satisfying your partner.
Yeah.
So when if we go through like a bout of not stuff, then I get a twinge of hurt if I see
just
something like
just jerking
that.
off 9 times a day.
Yeah. Got you 9 times a day to women, to black women. I don't know, like people who don't look like me. But or la boo boo porn.
Transgender, just watch a transgender porn 9 times a day. Yeah. Oh, come on, I can't have a penis.
Exactly. So, but that is the time where it is hurtful, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that, I think, is a caveat. But then in every other, and also, I think there is a difference between OnlyFans and watching regular old porn, because to me, when I saw OnlyFans search history on your phone, I was like, oh God. And reason why is because I was like, that's like when you're having a pretend relationship with a woman.
Which wasn't happening. I was like messaging them like, hey, what are you up to tonight?
So I had a little bit of a misunderstanding of what OF even was, because it's not necessarily, I thought that that's how it worked, was like the whole point was to like have little conversations and these women pretend to be like your girlfriend.
Just robots,
yeah, which are actually like Indian men and whatever, outsourced. But like that's where I think it can cross the line. But in every other way, it can be very, very helpful. Hey, you.
Our dog's freaking out. It's storming, but any other way it can be helpful.
Yeah. So in a lot of other ways, it can be helpful. So like, I actually, like, when we started to watch it together, it was interesting because, like, I didn't feel like, I felt awkward about that. I felt, like, really worried that things that I had watched, and I felt very protective of my search history and stuff like that because of stuff that I watched, not, like, being, like, kind of odd or things that you wouldn't, like or think I was weird for or judge me for. So yeah, I think like, but then as we did do that and if you reacted well, which sometimes I think there'd be like a little bit of like a teasing reaction or something like to laugh it off, but that was ultimately like your way of diffusing the situation, which was good.
Yeah.
But, and same with you sharing yours, I've like laughed at some things that you've liked and stuff like that. And then I realized like, if you guys can get to a point, or if you're at a point where you're not, like there's no judgment or anything like that, then you're actually, it's a launching point to like discuss kinks or things and open that side and like explore that together potentially, right?
That's true. That is a great point. You're right. Like it gets people being honest, watch it together, and then you know what he's doing when he is watching it. So it's not like, you know, you're out of the loop.
And you might know why.
What's he doing up there? Well, you know what he's doing up there, and you know what he's watching.
Yeah. And maybe you can like ask questions about it.
Yeah, afterwards. Well, yeah, sometimes the guy just wants to be left alone. It's like, hey, listen, like I was just stressed out. Like, you know, like I was just stressed out. I was just stressed out.
Which is another thing that I kept reading of like comments of common issues being he's watching it and like I just gave birth and I found him watching it and it was so hurtful, or like I just did this, and it's like, well, isn't that kind of positive? Like, do you want to do it? You just gave birth.
Yeah, you just gave birth.
He's probably stressed too. You
He's
almost
stressed.
died.
That's a stress
He saw
relief.
like a really stressful. I would just truly see it as maybe something that
He just saw your vagina just get blown up like one of those cartoon trick cigars, and he's still wanting to masturbate. Like, come on, that means he loves you, and everything's gonna be fine. So his sex drive is still there. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Like I think like it can be a helpful tool if you guys do have mismatched libidos, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going through a phase or a time where you're like, no, like I don't have time for this,
Yeah.
or I don't want to, or I'm not feeling good about myself right now, then it's like you kind of don't want your partner to just be like becoming more and more like agitated, you know, throughout the week.
I need to nut.
And like causing a million arguments from that. Yeah. Is there any other ways that you see it as like beneficial or something that's helped us in our relationship?
Me just jerking off.
Or no, not just you jerking off or watching it or anything. Anything positive about it.
Well, I think it is positive because just like now it's just like, yeah, you know, I watch porn. It's fine. It's just like something that we guys just do. We just watch it. So it's like as long as it doesn't like affect someone's day. Well, I don't like the negative is it's just like if you're spending a lot of money on it, a lot of time, and it's just I think a lot of girls are insecure about it because they're also insecure about their bodies.
Right.
And a lot of guys do it because they're just fat and lazy and just like
don't want to like actually cheat or anything.
Don't actually cheat, but like even like that girl at the beginning there, like she just looks like a girl that just constantly just puts down her husband, so he doesn't feel like he has any swag to like make a move. So he's like, screw it, I'm just gonna rub one out. You're just like putting me down. You're on the internet every day talking about how I have a porn addiction. I do not feel good about myself right now. It's like what I'm doing is natural. They taught that in school. That's just natural.
And then when he's like, I'm so happy that I was able to work through this. You know, well, like his eyes.
But also the thing is, like, I know people like in the military. It's like when they're in the military, they go out and do it.
Yeah.
Like they would do it in the military.
Yeah.
Like
it's the American way.
It's just like, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm stressed out. Like I'm out here, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like I just don't know. I need a relief. I need to feel good.
Yeah.
So it's like people in the military do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not like they're cheating on you over there.
Well, they are. A lot of them are.
Not when they're like just like when they're just with the dudes. They're just in their bunks
but
or like in the
there's
showers.
always been throughout history and wars, women. There's always been history through like just like Nazi babies and you know like all sorts of.
Well, that's like not when they're actually doing it. They like they go like into the
cities and they get yeah.
That's when they have free time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like a common thing to have. Yeah.
That's true. There's a lot of half-white kids in Vietnam.
Probably. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people are going to be like think that like I'm like trying to be like a pick me or a cool girl by like being like I'm so chill about it. But I genuinely think that if you kind of have a more chill mindset about something on this level, like you are happier than if you're just like that couple where they're just like constantly like I saw women posting recommendations of like child-proofing apps that they can install in their husband's phone and stuff like that. But wouldn't you rather have like an open phone policy and like an open line of communication around like I think that helps with us that we have an open phone policy, so like I can go and look at search history if I really need to and then like but then I don't because I don't well I do sometimes but I don't like if that often because I know I could. And it just like makes I'd rather it be more open and not
but anything could
something where it's
the
like
thing is like anything could sexually trigger a guy. Like it's just
sobriety.
like every app you open up there's someone just telling you so, like every app is just something sexualized.
Mine is just constantly like flooding me.
It's just like everything just sexualizes it. So it's like anything in a man's brain. Okay, I need to go rub one up right now.
Like pop music. Sabrina Carpenter has her butt out. Like a music video.
Shows, like people just posting on Instagram constantly. It's just like that's why strip clubs are failing. It's just like strip clubs used to be a place where you go to see boobs because you don't see them. It was just so rare. Right. And this is the place where you get to see it, or like the nudie mags. It's the only place you get to see it. But like Now on your phone, it's just like it's everywhere. So it's just like when guys go out, it's just like, no, I need a break from that. That's why golf is like going through the roof. Probably golf and like pickleball. It's just like all these sports where it's like it's just you're away from your phone. We need a break from our phones and just constant boobs.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think you're going to have a better time.
That's why men are wanting to go back into the office too. It's just I can't be on a screen more than 2 hours without looking for boobs.
I'm getting nothing done here. I need to be around people so I'm not whipping my dick out every 5 minutes. Yeah, no. But I think that women I think that couples that see it as something that's more like a way to explore curiosity between each other and just like not something to be sober about or like constantly be like trying to hide them from it or check their stuff and be worried and upset about it. Like, I think people can call me a pick-me and be like, oh, you're just like being cool, girl, because like you want to like, you know, be cool with the dudes or whatever. But like that's not the case. I just don't want to be like worried about it 100 times a day. Like I think there's bigger fish to fry in a marriage, and like it's like not that, I don't know. It can be a positive thing. Yeah. If anything, it's brought us closer together to like accept this about each other. If anything.
If you watch those videos, all those women making those videos, they make it about themselves. Not once they talk about the male perspective on why he's doing it.
Right.
It's all about themselves. So it's like they're narcissists, and that's their grift. That's how you know it's a grift.
Yeah, don't listen to somebody who has a course to sell you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like same thing on Twitter, where it's just like, you need to stop right now. This is what it's doing, but it doesn't really say what's going to happen if you stop. It just says, well, you know, you have like some extra time in the day or like more testosterone, but it's just like it's all crap. If you, it's like anything. It's
depends
like if you overindulge, then yes, it's bad.
Yes.
But it's just like if you're if you're not doing it at the top of the hour of every day or spending thousands of dollars, you're fine.
Yes.
You're fine. You're fine. And if you get in a slump, there's always dick pills for that. So, all right. Anything?
No, I think that's...
All right. Happy humping. Even if it's with yourself. Peace.